name's Jacob. I'm one of the business partners here at Xtracted Espresso Solutions. We're a wholesale equipment company for the coffee industry. So we import and sell coffee equipment, as well as servicing and repairs. We have offices in Queensland, New South Wales and Victoria, as well as a national reach with our wholesale customers. Cool. So with our equipment sales, we'll generally range anywhere from 7 days to 30 days end of month with some of our clients. We also operate with the service side of the business, is something that we do predominantly as a COD or payment before sort of service. So we're utilising capturing a payment before we go to site, as well as then having a credit card on file as well to capture a payment once the final invoice has been finalised for parts and service consumed on site. So we're utilising Sin7, Xero and PencilPay. They're basically the three platforms that we're utilising. Obviously with the integration between Sin7 and PencilPay is the main one that we're utilising. So we come across Pencil through Sin7 as a partnered integration. Predominantly historically in the business we were utilising paper credit applications, which is obviously a bit janky, storing credit card files on a piece of paper with customers is not obviously the best way to go. And we also had a big challenge with it being able to not capture a prepayment as such on a sale quote with Sin7. So that was one of the major advantages for us to come across to PencilPay, was being able to capture that payment on a sale quote before actually proceeding to a final invoice stage. So depending on what sort of we're doing, so if we're doing like a spare parts order or something like that, we will basically just take a full payment on a sale quote stage for the parts order before we're shipping it out to the customer. From a service point of view, we're utilising it as a service deposit feature. So we basically have a minor and a major service deposit depending on the work that's going to be completed for the job. We basically send it out to the customer beforehand. We capture the service deposit via PencilPay, and then once that's basically confirmed, we'll then go ahead, book the job and attend to site with deposit secured already. What I really liked about Pencil when we first signed up was the seamless integration between Sin7. Obviously, historically, there was a manual input required for new customer setup and everything like that. Whereas now, basically, we just go into the back end of Pencil, we send the customer credit application, they fill out all their details in their own time, and that basically just seamlessly integrates through Sin7 once we've approved the credit application on our end. Favorite part about Pencil now is that obviously we're spending a lot less time chasing people up for payments. Obviously Pencil's sending out frequent invoice reminders to remind customers that they've got overdue bills paying to be paid. Also the ability to introduce a payment plan as well. We have some customers, that predominantly in small cafes, small businesses, it's quite a bit of a investment sometimes for them to invest in new equipment and stuff like that. So, we can work with them to create a payment plan over a certain amount of time, get new equipment installed for them and on an agreed basis, have a payment plan set up, knowing that the credit card or the direct debit's already set up there. So we're going to get a steady flow of that invoice paid without even having to worry about it. In terms of like automating the whole process for us, going through the whole process from automatic credit application, being able to run a credit check in the back end automatically before we approve any credit application with terms, to then basically going through to when the invoice has been invoiced at our stage, for a customer that's COD, I can invoice, this morning, and then by 9 o'clock, the payment's already processed and will be basically delivered into our bank account the next day. So that automation has taken a lot of manual labor out from us, especially being a small team. We don't really have a full-time accounts person. So having a platform like PencilPay has absolutely utilized, given us less time on the computer to have to worry about doing all the boring admin tasks, because it's sort of done all seamlessly automated through PencilPay for us. So our business historically sort of just used to operate as one national business, but now we've sort of separated our entities and we operate basically three separate businesses around Australia. We were so happy with PencilPay with Xtracted Australia. When we introduced Xtracted New South Wales and Xtracted Queensland, we decided to roll out with the exact same payment platform and process with PencilPay for those businesses. So the onboarding process was actually incredible. So there was no extra fee. Most businesses that you deal with will charge you an onboarding license fee, whereas PencilPay, it was pretty much once we created our account, the guys are in contact almost straight away, requesting what they need for onboarding. That's just access to, SIN 7 and 0. And then basically by the close of business that day, we have everything all set up, integrated, all of our invoice templates and everything updated, nice and fresh, ready to go for the next day pretty much. Yeah, ongoing support's fantastic. Whenever we've had issues with anything, we'll basically just submit a ticket and then the ticket's pretty much resolved within a couple of hours. Worst case scenario, same day by close of business. So ongoing support's been incredible, what I'm saying. Sure, definitely recommend PencilPay for any business that's doing B2B transactions, especially if you're having issues with, capturing payments on time and getting paid on time. It's definitely helped our business immensely with cash flow and capturing payments within a timely manner.